Ahoy, shipmates! I think YouTube must have been overindulging on International Rum Day yesterday. I couldn't get it working. Normally, when I operate a live stream, I set all my computer going, set the stream going, and then there's a box I have. There's a box I have that comes up, and it says to me, "Oh, do I want to go live or not?" And then once the connection's working, it comes up and it goes green. I click the live button, but it just wasn't working. Don't know why. So I tried all sorts of things to get it working, and now it's working. That starts a new stream. No. Apologies about that. One of those YouTube things, which is a bit annoying because we had some rather good haulage from Regal Princess just then. So yeah, well, I've just let's get myself all ship shape now. I was all ready to go. I was actually prepared ahead of schedule. And then YouTube threw a wobbly. I mean, we have 4 cruise ships departing today, shipmates. 4 departing. The Regal Princess is going now. And then we have the Norwegian Prima at 5, Queen Mary 2 at 5, and also the Queen Anne at 6 o'clock. I was hoping that the Queen Anne would pass the Queen Mary 2 and we would have a great display of horns, but alas, that is not the case. So now my vessel finder is also not working. Oh, dearie me, shipmates. I'm going to hold her gremlins this afternoon. Maybe vessel finder's been at the rum as well. Plenty of shipmates out on their balconies. It is a rather wonderful day here, actually, in the port of Southampton. I haven't checked the weather yet, have I? Weather is around 18.5 degrees C. There's a gentle breeze, nudging up to 10 knots, coming from the southwest. Humidity 61%. Perfect day to be going on a sail. And look at that. Shipmates galore on their balconies. Shipmate Heather Herschel says, did catch the end of the haulage. Oh, great. There was a bit of a honks, although there was a great flourish from Regal Princess. It was rather good. And we had a perfect microphone for it. And the wind was blowing the sound in our way. So it was a bit of a shame, because last time I heard decent haulage from a Princess was quite some time ago. They seem to be avoiding it for some reason. Regal Princess departing Southampton on a lovely afternoon here. She's off on a 12-day British Isles.
7 Scimitar, Southampton Beaches.
12-day British Isles trip, round trip.
7 Scimitar, Southampton Beaches. Stacked, all received, so thank you. I've nothing reported in from the west of
Calling in at Scotland, France, and Cobb in Dublin, in Ireland. So Dublin, Belfast, Greenock, Kirkwall, Invergordon, Leith, and Le Havre. I don't see any flags being waved out there so far today. As you can see, there are a great deal of shipmates out on their balconies enjoying this wonderful weather. quite noticeable then, now that Regal Princess is pointing the other way. Couldn't hear the horn quite as clearly. Earlier on it was astonishingly loud. It was fantastic. You couldn't hear it because I wasn't live due to YouTube problems. I think that was Queen Mary 2 responding. She's got a thunderous horn on Queen Mary 2. I think probably the loudest in port, I would imagine. Much louder than the Iona and Avia. They've got very deep horns, but they're just disappointingly quiet. Ahoy there, shipmates. We've got ahoy there, shipmate Ellie Burley and Brad Nesbitt. Ahoy there, shipmates. Ahoy there, Johnny B. Ahoy there, Deborah Speller. Just suddenly jumped to another stream. For some reason, YouTube wasn't making that last stream function. It was all a bit odd this morning, or this afternoon, I should say. There we go, there you can see Spy Princess bring the throttles down, getting a move on out to the port. Passengers on board Regal Princess will be having a jolly good view of Queen Mary 2. In fact, it's a really lovely day out there. Just been down to Lymington to the Seafood Festival. The weather was absolutely perfect. Not too sunny, no chance of burning oneself. Very gentle breeze, which was quite pleasant. Lots of seafood. And some light music being played. Perfect day for it. And I thought I got back in plenty of time. Everything was hunky-dory. And there we go. YouTube throws me a curveball. Cameras around now. Let's see what we get. And we've got an itching cam. There we go. It's Regal Princess just passing by the dockhead now on her way down Southampton Water. Red Jet's having to take evasive action here. And you can see the train in the background there. That's the Hythe Ferry Pier train. That takes the people who have just crossed over on the Hythe Ferry.
BTS, the Regal Princess, Western Shelf hours.
Regal Princess, BTS, receive, thank you. Once you've passed the Red Eagle, you've got the shield hall coming up to the hook inbound.
Yeah, see him there. I've got some numbers for you.
Go ahead.
Guest 3714 and crew 1343.
3714 1343. That's all received, thank you.
BTS, Eston.
Eston,
Yeah, just leaving dockhead up the Nordic Stavanger way.
Eston, BTS, that's received, thank you.
Okay, here's the red funnel coming up. Looks like Shield Hall is out again today. Popular time of year for Shield Hall. Lots of cruise ships departing, lots of trips out. Do need to get myself on Shield Hall one day. As I did have some complimentary tickets. I forgot to use them. Hi there, shipmate Steve Mack. It sounds like Regal Princess has a full complement of passengers on board. Let's have a look. There we go. And here comes one of the red funnel ferries scooting by. It really turned out to be a wonderful day out there.
Switzer Eston, this is Jenny Blue. Eston, Johnny B, go ahead.
Eston, good afternoon, sir. Yeah, are you happy if I carry on and go ahead? You happy to come under my stern?
Yeah, it's fine, no problem, you crack on.
Roger that. Good watch.
Lots of sailing vessels out today. Perfect day to be out on the water. Just a gentle breeze.
Sure, yes, all received, thank you.
A little bit of sun.
Sure you see in there, you've got the Red Osprey at the Cadland out, Register 6 Lake out, and the Regal Princess at the Western Shelf. And looking ahead, so you've got the Queen Mary 2 dual weight from 38.9 at 1700, Norwegian Prima from 102 at 1700, and the Nordic Stavanger from 109 also at 1700.
See, there's plenty of activity here just in the port. We've got the Svitzer Eason coming in. There's a couple of pleasure craft. I suspect the powerboat there in the background is waiting to come into the Hythe Marina. There's a lock there, so if it's pretty busy, you have to wait your turn. And it's a clear blue sky today. Very different from yesterday, where we had lots of black clouds and rain, and then more black clouds and rain, and generally more black clouds. Right, excellent. Blue span at Mark G. He's giving us the passenger for 3,714 passengers, 1,343 crew for a 12-night round the British Isles cruise.
Which app you
Around the British Isles cruise, including France.
Which app you VTS all received, thank you. Good watch.
Practically the British Empire, isn't it, really, France? Due way next is the Norwegian Prima and the Queen Mary 2. I've not heard on the radio about those two yet. Queen Mary 2 is visible on camera there. There's Queen Mary 2 on the left-hand side of our picture.
BTS, Sea Green, I'm all finished on the Queen Mary 23889 berth, heading back to Marchwood Wharf. That's our reduction all finished with. Many thanks.
Sea Green, Southampton VTS, that's all received, thank you. Good afternoon.
And we can't see Norwegian Prima. She's at the other end of the port. Queen Mary 2 is off on a 7-day round trip to the Norwegian fjords. She'll be closely following the likes of Iona and I think it was MSC Virtuoso who's going to the same place yesterday. Norwegian Prima, she's also off to the fjords for an 11-day one-way cruise from Southampton to Reykjavik. Let's see how lovely the water is. Very calm out there. Like I say, wind is just nudging 10 knots, so it's pretty gentle. Visibility 49.5 nautical miles. Temperature, it's got a bit warmer, almost 19 C now. Did start off quite cool this morning. It has warmed up quite nicely. Probably perfect barbecue weather, should you be so inclined. If we have a look over on Cowes, there we go. It's beautiful blue skies and lots of pleasure craft there. Lots of yachts whizzing around the Solent. There's Regal Princess heading down Southampton Water. Shipmate Johnny B says, nice and warm here in East Sussex. Yeah, you're not so far away. I agree. It's almost perfect temperatures. With their shipmate Heidi Allen and their dog George. saying ahoy from Spain. I suspect your weather is probably slightly better than ours, although I think ours is pretty good at the moment.
VTS, Eleanor.
Hello, VTS.
Then again, just letting go 44 for the Nordic Scavenger.
Hello, VTS, that's all received.
Oi there, shipmate. Plane train spotter says fantastic view from this car park. Not sure which car park he's in.
Volunteers, VTS. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon.
Maybe he's over. Maybe you're over in Hyde, are you, shipmate? Let us know where you are, shipmate. See where you're getting that good view from. Hi there, shipmate. Eleanor Gill Martins. Forgotten what sun is up here. I'm rusty. No sun. No suntan. Well, I don't know where you are, shipmate, but I feel somewhat similar. It does feel like we've been a long time since we've had some sun. We are in the middle of July, and the weather, yeah, especially yesterday, it was very much like April showers. Oh, there, shipmate Ken from New York. Wow, excellent, shipmate. Great to know we have shipmates in the Big Apple. I don't know, do you get many cruise ships calling in New York, shipmate? Whereabouts do they dock? Let me know. Shipmate Stupot Lee says light showers in Sheffield. Oh, I think we're doing well then. Doing well if we've got some non-light shower weather. Shipmate Blake's 4 on tours, saying it's lovely and sunny down here in Plymouth. Yeah, I think it sounds like the south coast is getting some decent weather for a change, and unfortunately a bit drizzly further north. Shipmate Les Locke says very sunny in Bournemouth. Bournemouth not too far away. It's about 30 miles or so. Yeah, I'm not surprised it's sunny in Bournemouth. I should make Monty Burns wake. He says same weather as Stu here in West Yorkshire. Okay, it sounds like north of the country not doing so well on the weather front, and the south enjoying really rather pleasant weather, I'd have to say. Well, yesterday, toured around visiting all of the lighthouses on the Lighthouse Arch Trail. Ended up going over to Isle of Wight after yesterday's broadcast. Finished up there with the last 5 lighthouses. Stopped off on the Esplanade and watched a lovely tanker come past in the sunset, eating some fish and chips. Perfect day out. It's around about 12 miles walked, so quite a lot of walking. I made a little film, so I should be posting that shortly. I need to edit that up. Shipmate Jacqueline Archer says sunny in Brixham too. Excellent, good to hear about that. Have I missed the Brixham Pirate Festival there, shipmate Jacqueline Archer? Let me know. I think it was earlier in the year, wasn't it? Shipmate Samuel Bidulph says Heathrow's warm, but sun's not out. I suspect that's all that emissions from all those jet planes keeping the atmosphere warmer in Heathrow there.
Salamanca, Solent Ships. Anchor, Southampton VTS, that's received. Thank you. I've no reported traffic outbound at this time.
Shipmate Ellie Murray thinks we might get an Indian summer. Interesting. Don't know. I'd hope so. Shipmate Jacqueline Notcher from Brixham says, I've missed the Pirate Festival. It was in May. I thought it was. I couldn't remember if it was sort of later in the year, August, September time, or earlier May time. I had a suspicion it was May time. That's a shame. I consistently miss the Pirate Festival every year. Next year, shipmates, next year I shall get on board to the Pirate Festival.
Hook boy out.
Ross Ruby, yes, received. Thank you. The Red Falcon for next departure from Kelvin.
Copy, thank you.
Shipmate Stuart says, greetings, Captain, and everyone. Final score tonight. Not quite sure what he means by that. Oh, Johnny B. Shipmate Johnny B doesn't want a heat wave. No, I don't think we'll have a heat wave. I think according to the media, 2 days over 20 degrees C is a heat wave. I don't really think that counts as a heat wave. It's more just a sunny spell. Regal Princess just approaching the refinery. Next away will be the Norwegian Prima and the Queen Mary 2. I haven't heard on the radio either of them radioing to let us know which one's going first. The Norwegian Prima, she is up here next to Queen Anne. That's Queen Anne right at the far end, and Norwegian Prima's the wrong way round. So we could probably have a bet on Norwegian Prima's probably going to go backwards here and spin round. We could have a clockwise.
So yes, received. Thank you. The Register 6 approach just past the South Brambles going into Kells. And the Challenger 1 approaching the West Brambles inbound.
We could have a little bet whether she's going to be spinning clockwise or anti-clockwise. And then Queen Mary 2 is very visible to us over here on board cam. There we go. We can see Queen Mary 2 just there. Queen Mary 2 ideally will give us some more honking. I think we've got Shield Hall coming.
Trials, Southern VTS, good afternoon.
Let's have a look. Shield Hall's coming up. Yep, Shield Hall's coming up. I wonder if we'll get Shield Hall coming into port when Queen Mary 2's leaving, because then that will be really good, because Queen Mary 2...
Trials, Southern VTS, that's all received, thank you.
Queen Mary 2 has a jolly decent horn, and Shield Hall likes to poke the cruise ships into honking. Shipmate World of 360 says, any news of the scaffolding yet? Can't wait for the ocean terminal with you back in. As far as no end of brush, going to be about the end of the year. November, December time is what I've been led to believe is the time the job will finish and the scaffolding come down. Well, I suppose the scaffolding might come down before, but no, I suspect it's going to be about the end of the year. Probably when there's not much going on, unfortunately. Well, that's not much I can do about that. There is Shield Hall. Up there, Shield Hall. I can see Shield Hall. I can also see an awful lot of yacht activity out there on the Solent. There we go. There is all those yachts out there racing around. The pointy building you can see in the very far background, that is Ryde Parish Church. As you can see, the visibility is excellent this evening. And the white shape that you can see moving on your screen from right to left is the ferry from Portsmouth to Fishbourne. One of those is a hybrid ferry. In fact, there's a company in Fareham that makes the hybrid electrics for it and the motor train. I was at the Seaworks exhibition today and they had a 1 megawatt motor, and it was tiny, absolutely tiny. It's amazing how much power they can fit in such a small space. Although saying that, you'd need a absolutely gigantic battery to power it, of course. Okay, I'm going to start a poll in next. Have a look to see which way Norwegian Prima is going to spin. Let's see if I can add that in. Start a poll. There we go. Which way will Norwegian Prima spin? Question mark. Clockwise. Anti-clockwise.
VTS, the Nordic Stavanger. Nordic Stavanger 7, VTS, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. That's pilot on board. Deep draft is 10.5. That's 10.5. 19 persons on board, 19 persons on board. And next port of call is Alexandria. No defects. And should be ready for around the 1700 departure. Sorry, Stavanger Sounds, VTS. That's all received, thank you. I'm sure you're aware, so you've got the Norwegian Prima dual way also at 1700 from 102, and the Queen Mary 2 dual way 1700 from 38.9. That's all understood, yes.
As you can see, quite a lot of activity out in Southampton water, and look how calm and flat that is. Absolutely perfect day to head off around the British Isles for your 12-night cruise on Regal Princess. Calling in at Cobb, Dublin, Belfast, Greenock, Kirkwall, Invergordon, Leith and Le Havre. Queen Mary 2 is due away next in about 15 or 20 minutes or so. She's off on a 7-day round trip to the Norwegian fjords. Just hoping that Shieldhall can get away up here sharpish and we'll have a bit of a horn off in port. Shipmate Red Morris said it's looking like it's the Med out there. You're right, it does look very Mediterranean-like, doesn't it? Got that gentle breeze, that summer hue. Yeah, real feeling of the Mediterranean. Shipmate, where was it gone? I just saw that. Shipmate Eleanor Gil Martin says AC. Oh, someone talk about AC. There's heating on in my house in West Yorkshire. Yeah, welcome to the summer in the UK. You have your heating on in July. Well, there's Shipmate trucking around with John O. Welcome aboard, Shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. We're just waiting for the Regal Princess to head down Southampton water. She's about to pass, coming up quite quickly on Shieldhall. It looks like a fully deep pass. Oh, Regal Princess has just disappeared off of my map. Very interesting. Oh, in fact, they're just passing. In fact, they pretty much are passing now. Doesn't look like it. I wonder if they're hooting and honking. If we look at the map, you can see that here's the Fawley refinery with all the oil tankers. Here's the Regal Princess, and there's Shieldhall. Shieldhall doing 4.3 knots. I think she's probably going to come slowly up Southampton water. I wonder if she's... I bet she's honking. You can always tell when shield hall's honking. Great plumes of steam come out. There we go. There's shield hall. Oh, there's lots of small craft around today. Looks like they're all following shield hall. Shipmate World of 360s asking the captain a question. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I always forget this. Just in case you're wondering, shipmates, I am the captain. This is of the Solent Ships YouTube channel. Ahoy! Shipmate World of 360s asks, what radio do you use when I'm listening to VTS? Well, I'm using a software-defined radio. It's a little USB stick with that I plug in an antenna into, and then I can tune that to any frequency I like. And there you go, and then you can hear it coming over my computer. I did try using separate handheld radios and connecting to them, but there was always too much hum and background noise. This software-defined radio is much clearer.
Yes, traffic information, the Daedalus leader, North Sturbridge outbound, and inbound the Salamanca, the water for Portsmouth, looking ahead the Britann, 10 miles southwest of the tower, also in for Portsmouth.
Hi there, shipmate Keith Saunders. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing.
Thank you, sir. And can you confirm the figures and hazardous cargo for me, please?
And if you subscribe, if you become a member of the channel or a Patreon, then you get access to our Discord server. And with the Discord server, you get access to the VTS radio.
Thank you. And draft 5.3 is that correct? 8.3. Okay, that's all received. Thank you. Return, Solent Ships.
Shipmate World of 360 says, thanks, this quality is really good. Yes, I spent a long time experimenting with different radios, different setups, and I had ended up using the software-defined radio in the end. As shipmate Ken rightly says, yes, the RTL SDR. It's inexpensive. I think it was...
got most of that. So can you just say again the hazardous cargo status, please?
I think it was something like £30 or £40 for the radio, and then £80 for the antenna. But it's very good. I don't think it's quite as sensitive as the handheld radio. That seems to have better range. But what it does have, it's much clearer. So you trade a bit of sensitivity for clearness, and on the channel here, I really need clearness. I'm not too worried about sensitivity. Occasionally you get that, of course. There is shield hall there. She's crossing the only place that ships can pass. For instance, Regal Princess will be a clear channel ship, so she has priority. And shield hall is not a clear channel ship, but the only place they can pass is a Fawley refinery there. Shipmate Montybird's Wakey says it's a shame the ferries don't use the Southampton for sailing to France. Yes, that's been a long time. I don't remember the last time sailing to France from Southampton was. I would imagine in the late 80s. Maybe very early 90s, probably late 80s. Yeah, it is a bit of a shame, because that would be quite handy to just pop over to France on a ferry. But never mind. Progress and all that. Probably just not viable with the cost, and it takes quite a bit longer because you have to go all the way around the Isle of Wight before you even get anywhere.
Air 3 chests all received, thank you. The Red Falcons at the South Brambles inbound, and Red Jet 6 next departure from Calvin.
Oh, well, there's shipmate Rob B. He says, we are on the Queen Mary 2.
Salamanca VHS all received, thank you. Shall we see the Baltic Clipper there outbound from Portsmouth? Have a good watch.
It's on the Queen Mary 2 at the stern next to the bandstand. We'll give you away. Oh, excellent shipmate. Actually. No. Either Queen Mary 2 will head towards the middle swing round and spin round, which would be great because we'll see it then. Or I suspect she'll reverse around the corner, which would be perfectly fine because Itching Cam will generate us a fantastic view on Itching Cam. So we'll definitely see something. Oh, shipmate Paul Hingley. Gosh, that's the name. Townsend Torreson. When was the last time you heard that name? That is bringing back some memories.
BTS, Queen Mary 2.
Oh, here's Queen Mary 2, Talk the Devil.
Queen Mary 2, BTS afternoon.
Good afternoon, we're starboard side 38 berth, 10.5 metres for Christian Sand. I have the numbers if you have your pen poised.
Queen Mary 2, BTS, go ahead.
Passengers 2622, crew 1246. We will, as things stand, be ready to go on time at 1700, going up to the swinging off the ocean dock. And I've spoken to the pilot on the Norwegian ship, and we're at the moment we're both going at the same time, and we'll go out first.
Queen Mary 2, Silence VTS. Okay, so that's all received. Thanks very much. Just looking ahead as well, the shield halls at the Greenland for 110 berth.
Thank you. I'll do my best to keep out of the way.
There we go. So we will have
shield hall VTS.
There's shield hall.
Shield hall VTS. Don't know if you copied the vessels calling up, sir, but Queen Mary 2 ready to go on time, 1700. We'll swing off the ocean dock. Norwegian Prima away from 102 at 1700. We'll swing off 101, and the Nordic Stavanger will also be ready to go from 109 at 1700 using the upper swinging ground.
There we go. So we'll have the Queen Mary 2
Thank you.
heading towards us. So shipmate Roy, where's he gone now? I looked away from the chat for a second. It's full again. Shipmate Roy B. We hopefully, if Queen Mary 2 swings in an anti-clockwise fashion, we'll get a good view of you, shipmate.
Sailors Leader VTS all received. Thank you. Just the Britann around 8 miles southwest of the tower in Portsmouth.
Shipmate Ken saying it's a Queen Mary 2 is half full. Oh, I don't know, shipmate. I was in the World Wire when the numbers were read out. So it's one of the other shipmates got the numbers for Queen Mary 2. Let's see how that compares to normal capacity. Queen Mary 2 has a capacity of 2,695 passengers. Shipmate Commander McBragg says 2,600 passengers. Oh yeah, that's pretty full then. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear. I was really doing something on one of the cameras. I've discovered sometimes I can't listen and operate things at the same time. There's Shield Hall coming towards us. don't know if she's going to get. So Queen Mary 2's away at 5 o'clock. It's 10 minutes time. She's steaming up Southampton water. I was going to say fairly rapidly, but she's doing 4 knots. It's going to take a little while to get here. I wonder if we could. I'll try Itching Cam, because Itching Cam has audio as well. Have a listen. Just have a listen, shall we? Not too bad today, not too bad. It does suffer with wind over there. Oh, a shipmate Ken thought you said 1266 passengers. Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear. I was, like I say, I was doing something else. Maybe some other shipmate knows what the numbers were. Yes, so the lighthouse walk around Southampton. My favourite lighthouse, of course, is the Solent Ships lighthouse, which is right here in port, right by the Red Funnel terminal. In fact, you can almost see it from ferry cam. I think it's the best lighthouse on the trail, for obvious reasons. Ship X-Up Blue Spanner Mark G says Queen Mary 2 sails with 2,622 passengers. Yeah, that's a pretty full ship. That's a pretty full Queen Mary 2, with of course our shipmate Roy B on board. Shipmate Commander Bragg said my men misheard. Yes, I think I misheard. I wasn't. Well, in fact, I didn't mishear. I just wasn't listening. It was a word of my own. Operating things in my increasingly warm cabin. It's getting that time of year where the cabin starts to get quite warm, where I broadcast from. I have my computer in here. I've moved it slightly, but it still does generate quite a bit of heat. There we go. There is Regal Princess heading round the corner. Heading round Cowshot Spit. Next away on our list is Queen Mary 2 and Norwegian Prima. Meantime, we'll keep an eye on Shield Hall. That's Queen. There's Shield Hall there on the right, and Regal Princess on the left. Shipmate Elf Money says, evening all, both Queens in port. Yes, both Queens in port. Alas, the Queens aren't passing each other, which I think is a bit of a shame. I was hoping that Queen Anne would pass Queen Mary 2, because Queen Mary 2 is definitely a bit button happy on that horn button, which is a good thing. We like that. And I would imagine if Queen Anne passed Queen Mary 2, there would be a cacophony of horns. But alas, again, this is I think the second or third time that they've passed. They've both been in port together on the same day, and they are not passing. Never mind, we'll keep fingers crossed for that, because you never know. One day, I'm sure it will happen. In fact, one day we might get 3 Queens in port and passing each other. And that would be good, wouldn't it? A quick look at the other end of port. There's the ferry. Looking better today. Traffic is definitely better in port today. I think they may have done something.
Ports and Clipper, VCS still receiving.
Yesterday, traffic was horrendous. In fact, one of the cruise ships even called in saying that they might have to delay their departure because they had some coaches stuck in the traffic. X-Up Blue Spanner Mark G says that the SS Shield Hall is the largest operational historic steamship in Europe. I wonder where the largest one in the world is. I wonder if it might be in the States. Sort of be one of those sort of Mississippi paddle steamers or something, I imagine. Right, next away is the Queen Mary 2 and Norwegian Prima. I have heard on the radio from the pilot of the Queen Mary 2 that they will be going first. Norwegian Prima is at the end of port, so she can take her time and slip off at the same time. But Queen Mary 2 will come towards us. It's been around. It'll be rather lovely. So that means on box cam we'll get a lovely view of Queen Mary 2 giving us a little pirouette. Shipmate Roy B will be at the back, giving us a wave near the bandstand, apparently. Hopefully Queen Mary 2 will give us some honking. And by that time, also...
Southampton VTS, ready, go, shortly departing Royal Beer Free Scouts.
And by that time, also, Shield Hall.
Ready, all Southampton VTS, all received, thank you. The Queen Mary 2 will be away shortly from 38.9 and swinging off the ocean dock. Shield Hall just past the Greenland inbound for 110, and the Red Falcons at the reach inbound.
That's all copy, so thank you.
Yeah, Shield Hall might be close enough that we get to hear a bit of Shield Hall. And we have microphone on the itching cam, so we can always use that if port cam doesn't pick it up. I'll be a bounce between the two. We'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, I don't have a microphone on Netley Cam. There is sound on Netley Cam, but it's pre-recorded because I didn't want to pick up the club members at Netley Cliff Sailing Club. They very generously allowed me to have a camera down there, and I didn't want to have their private conversations about scraping barnacles off the bottom of their boat. Although I dare say they've got some good tips and tricks on how to get rid of them. Regal Princess, thank you, Blue Speller Mark G. It says that there were 3,714 passengers and 1,343 crew. Pretty busy ship. We're definitely in a peak cruise season now. 5 ships yesterday. 4 ships today. It's a real busy season now in port. Up there, his little fishing boat, having a lovely day. Wonder if he's caught anything interesting.
Red Falcon VTS, all received, thank you. The Queen Mary 2 due away shortly from 38.9 will be swinging off the ocean dock. Norwegian Prima just departing from 102, and the Nordic Stavanger due away shortly from 109.
Yeah, shipmate Liz Leaphorn saying under the road close to Southampton this morning due to a big fire at the vehicle yard. Yes, there was a lot of smoke this morning. I think there was some region of 80 firefighters called out to try and arrest that fire. Looks like they've got that under control there. You have some very annoying boy racers out there. Oh no. Can't see them. They're revving their engines excessively on their motorcycles. Shield Hall, lovely ship, Shield Hall. If you ever get a chance to book a passage on there, please do go ahead and take a trip on her. I would do recommend booking in advance. She does book out very quickly and easily. Go on their website, have a look, see what you fancy. Sometimes there's day trips, afternoon trips, evening trips. We have a band on board, all sorts going on.
VTS Queen Mary 2, singled up on 38 berth, letting go very shortly, swinging off the ocean dock.
Excellent.
Queen Mary 2, VTS, all received, thank you. The Red Eagles just away from the Royal Pier. Shield Hall Hound inbound and Red Jet 6 coming up to 40 feet.
Thank you.
Next away, it's Queen Mary 2. Apparently she's singled up, ready to go. Looks like I can see a bit of propulsion towards the rear there. That's a oil silo. There we go. There's Shield Hall racing up here. I think Shield Hall is going to get here close enough that she'll be hooting and honking and whooping for Queen Mary 2. So I think we could be in for some good sounds here. Norwegian Prima, she's at the other end of port. We can't see her just yet. It'll be a while before we can see her. Let me show you. Yeah, if I show you on our lovely map here. That's the weather, 18.8 still. So here's Queen Anne right at the top, right at the very, very top. She departs at 6 o'clock. Norwegian Prima's here. And she's on to Mayflower Park. So if you're in Mayflower Park, you'll have a fantastic view. And then Queen Mary 2 is that's what we've just been looking at. We can see the bow of Queen Mary 2, and she's just here. Here's Queen Mary 2. Shipmate next level aviation says, I know this is a bit off topic. Does anyone have any tips for activity to do with a 15-year-old in Corfe as a family? Well, you could go down to Swanage, shipmates. That's not too far from Corfe. I'm assuming like Corfe as in Corfe Castle. Oh no, is it Corfe or Corfu? No, I misread that. You meant Corfu. No, I'm sorry. I don't. My knowledge of the aquatic world of Corfu doesn't extend that far. We're talking about Corfe Castle. I could have helped you out with Corfe Castle and Corfe. Not Corfu, though. If only I could read. I'm keeping an eye on Queen Mary 2. She is singled up. I haven't seen any movement just as yet.
VHS, Nordic, Stavanger, that's us now breaking away. Intention is to go to the centre of the upper swinging ground and swing to stop.
Sorry, Stavanger VHS, that's all received, thank you.
Yep, Queen Mary 2 is on the move.
Norwegian Prima VHS.
Gracefully drifting away from the Queen Elizabeth II terminal.
Prima VHS, the Queen Mary 2 and the Nordic Stavanger just getting on the move. So, how are you getting on? All received, many thanks.
It was one of the red funnels heading over to the Isle of Wight. I was on that myself yesterday. I can't think of a better way to get to the Isle of Wight than a pint of white ale sat on the stern of red funnel on your way to the Isle of Wight. It was a lovely evening. Weather was just about right. Not too hot, not too cold. Although I would say if you are going over to the Isle of Wight and following the art trail, the lighthouse trail, the map is not very good. The couple of locations I don't think are particularly accurate on the map. So the first lighthouse is right by the Red Funnel terminal to the south side, and then the next one is up by on the way to Waitrose. No, don't get caught out like I did. Although I can't say it was particularly bad. Quite pleasant to go for a little walk around Cowes. That's a graceful movement there from Queen Mary 2. Haven't heard any horns yet, but I think by the time she turns round, Shield Hall is going to be quite close. And I think Queen Mary 2 and Shield Hall they do like a lot of horn action.
Yes, 6, passing northwest nightly. Permission to carry on the speed, please.
Roger, 6 feet, yes, if safe to do so. The Queen Mary 2 just lifting off from 38.9. We'll be swinging off the ocean dock.
Sorry, copied. Thank you.
If required, sir, the dock gauge 3.194.
That's all copied. We'll be outside the reds. And just to confirm, Whitebird speed reduction now cancelled?
Yes, that's confirmed, sir. All complete.
All copied. Thank you.
See if I can follow the red jet. There she goes. So the speed of about 38 knots, about 41, 42 miles per hour. Gets you to Southampton in double quick time. She'll pass by Queen Mary 2. And head over to Town Quay. That's where she'll pick up passengers. What a magnificent ship we have here with the Queen Mary 2. Very distinctive shape. There's a lot of beeping going on. Occasionally there's a festival in the Isle of Wight for the mopeds, or Vespers, I suppose I should say. And that is quite amusing. We have a whole riot of horns and things going off when the Vespers are in town. But look, I think it looks to me like there's a fair number of shipmates up on the top of Queen Mary 2. Yes, indeed. Particularly, you've got a really good view here underneath the bridge. The bridge goes right across the top of the ship there, that big black section. That's where the officers will command the ship from.
Town Solent Ships, yes, all received, thank you. The Baltic Clipper coming up to the east outbound. And the passenger vessel Regal Princess at West Ride out.
There's a space. You can just see a few shipmates standing up underneath it. Apparently that's a publicly accessible area that you can get to. Not too easy to find it, but once you've found it, I think that's probably one of the best views you can get from the front of Queen Mary 2. You can pretend you're the captain and have the helm and the throttle at your disposal.
Sailors leader, feature. Sailors leader, VHS, all received, thank you. No reported traffic inbound to effect.
There you go, you can see those shipmates just underneath the bridge, the wing bridge there. Quite a few on the top deck. Really is quite a pleasant day, isn't it? Then at the other end, we have the Norwegian Prima. She's reversing, and currently I have a little poll going as to which way she's going to spin, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Current betting is 55% are betting it will be clockwise, 45% betting anti-clockwise. I don't know. I never know. I just make a guess, and I always guess wrong. So I think I can't remember what I guessed now. I think I guessed clockwise. So you're probably all wrong, those who voted clockwise. It's more likely to be anti-clockwise. Unfortunately, that's the way my betting goes. Do not come horse racing with me. You will lose your shirt. Now we'll have simultaneous spins going on here. We'll have the Queen Mary 2 spinning at the lower swing ground here, and Norwegian Prima spinning at the upper swing ground. Oh, sorry, the middle swing ground. At the Norwegian Prima. Very distinctive stern there on the Norwegian Prima, isn't there? One thing I do like about the Norwegian Prima are these dry slides. You can just see them coming in from the right-hand side of the screen there. They allow you to whiz down right from the top of the ship, straight down to the buffet in toot-sweet speed. And you don't even have to change out of your swimwear. I almost need to do a split screen here, don't I? So we can have two ships on the screen at the same time. No. I can arrange that particularly quickly. The Norwegian ships have very distinctive hull graphics, all painted by different artists. I can't say I was particularly keen on initially, but do you know, over the time, I think I've grown to like them. Makes the ships easy to distinguish because they have different style of graphics on board. Can't see too many shipmates out on their balconies though. It's a shame because the weather looks ideal. So far the jury's out on which way she might spin. If I could show you on the map. There you go, she's there, heading towards Mayflower Park. You get a fantastic view from Mayflower Park if you want to do a bit of ship spotting. Queen Mary 2, she's in the middle swing ground here. I think she's going to go anti-clockwise would be my guess. So, probably wrong again. Shipmate Liz Leithbourne suggests I should stick to the lift rather than using the dry slide. So we should talk about this here. You can just see at the right side of the screen now. That's the dry slides. I've got to give that a go. That looks really fun, doesn't it? As long as there's no age restriction, of course. Look at that, all the way from the tippity top straight down to the buffet. What more could you want? Maybe it swings by a bar on the way. Grab yourself a sort of Darm and Storky rum-based cocktail as you're swinging through to the buffet. Oh, just designed myself a ride on a cruise ship. The very distinctive shape of Queen Mary 2 here. Slowing down to the middle swing ground. I still don't know which way she's going to go. You can see there the Norwegian Prima on the edge of our screens. Again, I'm not sure I'm convinced which way she might go just yet. Norwegian Prima is she's off on a one-way 11-day trip from Southampton to Reykjavik.
Later on a TVTS, all received.
Calling in at Zeebrugge, Amsterdam, Bergen, Geringe, Olsund, Akureyri, Ilseford and Reykjavik. Excellent one-way cruise. You have to organise yourself a flight home, but that's covering a great distance and all sorts of interesting places. Quite a few shipmates down in the park there for a bit of ship spotting. Ice cream man's there. Probably doing a sterling trade today. Queen Mary 2 was taking her time. I would have thought she'd started moving by now, but maybe she's just finding the right spot to start that spin. And I think it looks... Oh, yep, it is. We have a direction on Queen Norwegian Prima. She is going clockwise, so 53% of you are correct. Well done, shipmates. We are having a clockwise spin today. Oh, there's shipmate Ian Doswell.
VTS, Red Falcon, Northwest Nutley Inn. Our plan is to sit just off the berth 39.
Red Falcon VTS, all received. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mate, thanks, shipmate, for becoming a member. Make your way down to the galley and grab yourself a mug of grog. Good to have you on board, shipmate. Yep, there you go. She's definitely on the spin. Queen Mary 2. I think Queen Mary 2 might be going anti-clockwise. Yeah, I think she started spinning now.
BTS, Jenny Blue, we're just away from Hythe Pier.
Jenny Blue VTS, all received. Thank you. Shall we see the Queen Mary 2 swinging off the ocean dock there? The Red Falcon's Northwest Nutley inbound. We'll be holding off the 39 berth, waiting for the outbound Queen Mary.
That's all copy, so we'll stay outside the Reds.
Understood, thank you.
See the bow thruster there in action on Queen Mary 2, forcing the ship round in anti-clockwise manner. Then on Norwegian Prima, you can see the wake there from the Azipods, forcing the stern round in a clockwise manner. I think that's Norwegian Prima is going to complete her spin first, but Queen Mary 2 is further down the port to the exit of the dockhead. Smith Neil Cook says waving from frontage of Queen Mary 2. Oh, okay, I'll have a look. So I'll go back and have a look on here while you continue waving, shipmate. Front-ish. Is that whereabouts front? So on the top, maybe, perhaps. Difficult to see. Quite a few shipmates up on top deck. Get a great shot in a second, straight down the side of Norwegian Prima. Yeah, look at that. There she spins round. Look at the speed of that. Very impressive, very agile, these cruise ships. Unlike container ships and commercial ships, box ships and the tanker ships and so on, cruise ships are very agile, very manoeuvrable. Oh, there's shipmate, the Overs 29. Many thanks for subscribing, shipmate. Look at that. What a fantastic spin. And it looks like the Queen Mary 2 is busy making some top quality bow chowder down there. That's the bow thrusters whirring away. They'll be chopping up all sorts of fish. That's why you see the seagulls particularly dive bombing the front of the ships. That'll be a nutrient rich bow chowder down there. There we go. The Norwegian Prima almost completed her swing. Top deck near the balls. Okay, shipmate. Right, that's I know where you are. There we go. He's up here somewhere. Now, quite a few shipmates on board. There we go. A whole load of shipmates up there. Hey, we've got some wavers. There we are. Well done, shipmates. Thanks for that. It's not often we get wavers on Queen Mary 2. We've got to have a look out for Roy B. He's on the stern near the bandstand, is what he said. Excellent. Good job, shipmates. Thanks for that. Well done. Good quality waving there. Not quite synchronised. Could do better. 7 out of 10. There's the bow of Norwegian Prima. A very stark bow indeed. Vertical bow these days. I'm going to be checking out oh, look at the stern. Mighty, mighty. That is busy out there, isn't it? Well, I don't think I've seen the stern of Queen Mary 2 quite so busy. Wow. Absolutely packed. Well, I know we have a shipmate that said he'd be there waving, but I'm not sure I could see him. So many people there. It's a very busy ship. Norwegian Prima's I think he's just waiting for Queen Mary 2 to finish spinning. There she has. Eventually got that spin going. Took a little while to get going, but speed in the end. Norwegian Prima. There you go, she's just starting to head forward. Not quite sure where's Shield Hall. Let's have a look at Shield Hall. If Shield Hall's nearby, I think we could be in for some good old hoots and honks. Oh yeah, Shield Hall's close by. Okay. This could be good. So I'm keeping an eye on Shield Hall. Slowly heading forward now, Norwegian Prima and Queen Mary 2 just heading out. Just finishing her spin, about to head out. Yeah, that is. I don't think I've ever seen the stern of Queen Mary 2 quite so busy. It's definitely a full ship. Well, I think that is the location I would be, on the stern. See if you can get yourself a cocktail of some description, find a little place to sit down, watch the glorious views of the port of Southampton disappear as you head on. up to, I think it's Iceland. You can go to Iceland, Queen Mary 2. No, going off to the fields. 7-day round trip on Queen Mary to the fields. Heading off in, frankly, almost Mediterranean-style weather out there. There is the very distinctive silhouette, completely different type of silhouette from the Norwegian Prima. Much larger, bulkier, different shaped bow, completely different style of ship, but equally very distinctive. We have a whole lot of red funnels going on over here. We've got the red jets, the red funnels also coming round. It's pretty busy. It's always busy here in the port of Southampton. Looks like the red... Oh, I expect Norwegian Prima is going to have to wait for the red funnel to come past as well. Poor old ferries. They're trying to just do their job, and it's like rush hour out there. I think Red Jet's probably going to... She'll put the throttle down and get round. It's more manoeuvrable and faster than the other ships. Red Funnel runs a very strict timetable. They haven't really got enough time to mess around with delays. Shield Hall. She's just down here waiting. I'm going to turn the sound on for Shield Hall. Itchy cam. Anticipating some honks and hoots from that way. There is Anthem of the... Not Anthem of the Seas. There is Norwegian Prima. It looks like... It looks like the red jet is going to scoot round the stern and head down the starboard side. Shield Hall just coming to dockhead. Queen Mary 2 heading towards the dockhead. And the Norwegian Prima here just allowing the red funnel to come past. Quite busy, isn't it?
Regal Princess will receive, thank you.
There's that red jet whizzing past as well. Prima heading off. Oh, there's shipmate Fraser at sea. Welcome aboard, shipmates. Fraser at sea, a very busy cruiser, although I think he's having a bit of time off this year. Not on as many cruises as he was last year. Oh, shipmate Fraser. Maybe give shipmate Fraser at sea a couple of rum-based cocktails and he'll give those dry slides a go. Take your camera down the next time, shipmate. Record it and show us what it's like.
Shield Hall, the Norwegian Prima. Hello, James. We're moving over to be as tight on the red as we can be as soon as we come on through whenever you're ready.
Yeah, that's all cool.
Okay, we'll also come to starboard. No problem, thank you.
Definitely hear some-
Yes, Jenny Blue, we're just away from Town Quay, and copy the local traffic.
Jenny Blue, we just received.
There's the shield hall whooping. Queen Mary 2 departing. We've also got Norwegian Prima on the screen at the same time. Not often I get two ships like that on the screen at the same time. I think we'll get some better honking from when she comes past, because she's going to squeeze past Dockhead. There's Queen Mary 2 heading down Southampton water now, off on her 7 night cruise. And Norwegian Prima getting close to the dock. It's getting close to Shield Hall, getting close to the thing that makes the whoops. Shield Hall. I'm expecting hoots and honks and whoops here. We've got the sound on. We've got the camera following. Looks like the seagulls are enjoying that bow chowder down there. But there's quite a few up on deck on Norwegian Prima. had a couple of whoops there. Thought there might have been a bit more, really. Unfortunately, make up quite a lot of noise on the street with that microphone. Next away! What do I have there? Next away! Queen Anne at 6 o'clock. That's approximately 20 minutes' time. Very sunny evening going on. Have a look on Netley Cam. There we go. There's the shadow there. Shipmate Walty Burns Wakey said Queen Mary 2 did a lot of churning up. The water looks different colour. It certainly does. It's surprising how much of a difference it makes when they turn around. Heading off to Reykjavik. Look at it, cam. Look at that bow. That is a very different looking bow, isn't it? Oh, there's shipmate Dolly Garner. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Thanks for subscribing. It's very sunny down at Netley. Really am just getting the silhouettes of the Queen Mary 2 there.
Norwegian Prima VHS, yes, go ahead. Norwegian Prima VHS will receive, thank you. The Red Osprey's just approaching the South Brambles inbound.
Quite interesting graphics, that, down the side. I'm not entirely sure what it's supposed to represent on the Norwegian Prima. Some of them have a sort of nautical theme, some of them have different themes. I'm not really seeing anything. No, I still like it though. I still like all the colours and the shapes. Like I said, it does make it easy to spot the difference. Shipmate Chef Book said need a key light. Yeah, I need a key light about the size of a small planet, I think, shipmate. Not sure that's possible. Shipmate Chef Book asking what the numbers on the Norwegian Prima. I haven't heard them. I think he was just radioing them in. I haven't heard. Oh, there, Lennon Williams. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Norwegian Prima off on an 11-day one-way cruise to Reykjavik. Calling in at Zeebrugge, Amsterdam, Bergen, Geringer, Olsen, Okuri, Ilseford, and of course Reykjavik. A one-way cruise. Speed, but there we go. Next ship to depart is the Queen Anne at 6 o'clock. 20 minutes away. I haven't heard if she's been delayed or not, but equally, I haven't heard that she's delayed. So let's just assume 6 o'clock is the departure time for Queen Anne. Oh, I should have a look on... Oh, I've probably missed on Cow's Cam. I suspect I've missed... It's like Shield Hall up to some bird scaring here, just as she's passing ferry cab. Noisy old beast, Shield Hall. What? No, don't wonder what it's like when you're actually on board. It's got to be pretty loud, isn't it, if you're actually on board Shield Hall when she's doing that. She'll be heading back up to the other end where Queen Anne is. She might probably, I don't know if she'll get there before Queen Anne, so we might hear some more of Shield Hall as she passes by. Passes by Queen Anne at the further top end of port. Oh, I'm really suffering here at the moment with the sun reflecting off the water. It's fun, isn't it? Yesterday I was complaining about the rain, now I'm complaining about the sun. Never happy. That's more of a reflection problem. I need to get some cameras on the other side of the water. Be useful. Actually, it's getting a very busy time in port at the moment. Quite a few ships in next week. Next Saturday we have 4 ships departing on Saturday, 2 on the Friday and 3 on the Sunday. In not so long a time, I think it's somewhere in 5th of August, we've got Disney Dream.
VTS, the Queen Anne. Very good afternoon.
Ah, here's the Queen Anne. We're talking about the Queen Anne.
Queen Anne, Solent VTS, afternoon.
Yeah, afternoon, Pete. That's 2 pilots aboard. 106, portside alongside, 8.2 metres max draft. Destination Invergordon. We will be going north and east of the town to box round for that. No reported defects, and figures will follow. We are still dressing up a couple of guests, but stemmed for 1800 departure.
Queen Anne VTS, that's all received, thank you. Just got the Shield Hall there, passing 101 berth. As soon as she's passed, then you're clear to go.
That's great, thanks for that.
Now there we go, the answers.
Shield Hall VTS, did you copy the Queen Anne?
VTS Shield Hall, that's all copy, thank you.
VTS, Eleanor.
Eleanor VTS.
That's us finished on the Norvic Scavenger. The next one is the carboat way from 31 berth. We'll just go and stand by at 31 now.
Eleanor VTS, that's all received, thank you. Silver rate, as you say, 1830.
Okay, sorry, say again, you say 1830?
Yeah, that's the scheduled time. She will have to wait for the Queen Anne to pass off.
No problem, thanks, Steve.
Yep, quite a busy day here in the port of Southampton. So, Queen Anne is due away next. Queen Mary 2 is on our screen. She's heading up to the fields. Somebody else talking. I'm not sure who that is. So yeah, so make sure you're subscribed, shipmates, and then next time I go live, hopefully it won't be a problematic state. That's the first time I've ever had it where I've tried to go live and YouTube wouldn't let me. Don't know, just wasn't working. I tried refreshing the browsers, tried a few things, tried a different computer. Nope, none of it was working, so I had to generate a new stream, and that seemed to work.
Sorry, no, Solent Ships. Yes. Good afternoon, sir. Weak but readable. Pass your message. Sorry, no, Solent Ships. Yes, that's all received, sir. Thank you. I understand your boarding time 1900, Pilot Station Bravo. Is that correct? Understood, thank you. Please maintain a listening watch on this channel, channel 12, for traffic information, and channel 9 for your pilot launch. Channels 9 and 12, over.
Lovely weather out there this evening. Have a quick look at the weather at the moment. Oh, the wind has picked up a touch. Still almost 19 degrees C. The visibility at 45 nautical miles and no rain. How about that? Well, the shipmate Neil Cook says, thanks for the shout out on Queen Mary 2. Been waiting for months for that after following you. Oh, thanks, shipmate. Oh, glad we got you. It was all a bit frenetic there. I don't normally get waivers on Queen Mary 2. I don't know where you were, Neil. I'm not sure if you were at the top near the balls. If you were, we certainly saw you waving. Shipmate Kyle Scaling says, what a beautiful view of Queen Mary 2. Oh, yeah. Beautiful view of Queen Mary 2, and I've switched to a view of the Norwegian Prima. Never mind. Very distinctive shape there of Queen Mary 2. There's a chance here we might get Queen Mary 2 and Norwegian Prima on the screens at the same time. Go and check the map. I think Queen Anne is on the move. I could hear some horns very faintly.
Go on a good wheel, Solent Ships. Go on a good wheel, Solent Ships. Yes, that's all received and understood, sir. Thank you, and I've no reported traffic inbound at this time.
Shipmate TY says, not sure if people can see the fireworks, considering how bright it is. What fireworks? Oh, Shipmate TY says, lots of noise, fireworks, and celebration in Southampton at the moment. Oh, really? I'm not aware of any. I wonder why that is in. I wonder if that might be for like the Melee Festival or something. Shipmate Monty Burns says, Queen Mary 2 has a lovely aft stern bum. Yep, I totally agree. very pretty indeed. Yeah, it might be, the fireworks might be for the Mila Festival. I saw it earlier yesterday when I was going around following the Lighthouse Art Trail. They were very noisy, banging on drums and things like that. So I might be inclined to think they would be setting off fireworks. Probably more like bangers and poppers rather than actual fireworks. Rather than sort of pretty fireworks, noisy fireworks. Ahoy there, shipmate Pink Panther. Welcome aboard, shipmates. You won't find Inspector Clouseau here, so the ship is safe for you. Plenty of ribs out there whizzing around. I think it'd be one of those days where you go out and you don't think it's too warm, because it's not actually that warm out there, and you'll end up getting quite sunburnt because that sun is very strong.
VTS, Queen Anne.
Queen Anne, VTS.
VTS, Queen Anne, yeah, that's numbers and figures sorted. I will pass them in due course, and we are ready to go.
Queen Anne, VTS, all received. Thank you. You may proceed when ready.
Thank you.
There you go, Queen Anne, due away any second now. She'll be singling up, moving on, so she'll be bang on time. Shipmate Ellie Murley.
Osprey VTS received, thank you. You've got the Queen Mary 2 just passing SO outbound, Norwegian Prima approaching the Catalan out, and the Nordic Stavanger at dock head out, and the Queen Anne from 106 due away shortly.
Shipmate Ellie Murley says her dog is barking every time the scriber bell goes because her dog thinks it's the doorbell. It's excellent, funny stuff.
VTS, Red Falcon, shall departing Rob F. Cows.
Red Falcon VTS all received, thank you. The Nordic Stavanger at the Western Shelf outbound is not clear channel. Red Ospreys at the hook in.
Also, thank you.
There we go. We have 2 cruise ships and 2 ferries on our screens.
VTS, the Nordic Stavanger, Western Shelf out.
Nordic Stavanger VTS, thank you. The Red Ospreys at the hook in.
Red Osprey hook in. Excellent, many thanks.
With the shipmate Mark 1981, Channel 5. Welcome aboard, shipmates. You're watching the cruise ship's Norwegian Prima heading off to Iceland for a one-way cruise, 11 days. Calling in at Zeebrugge, Amsterdam, Bergen, Geringer, Olsen, Curie, Ulsterfort and Reykjavik. And also the Queen Mary 2 on the left-hand side of your page. Or here, in fact. Heading off to the fields for a 7-night
VTS,
return.
Queen Anne, figures when ready.
Oh, figures for the Queen Anne.
Queen Anne VTS, go ahead.
Thank you. Passengers 2778. Crew 1232. Total 4010.
Queen Anne VTS 2778 and 1232. That's all.
Thank you.
Queen Anne has a maximum passenger capacity of 3,000. She's not full. I suspect there might be a few passengers sailing as singles. Can't see her just yet. We'll continue to watch Norwegian Prima and Queen Mary 2. Shipmate, there, shipmate Billy TDE says they'll be sailing from Southampton for the first time in 4 weeks. Excellent, shipmate. What ship are you sailing on, shipmate Billy TDE? There, shipmate Eddie Cousins. Welcome aboard, shipmate. Many thanks for subscribing. Shipmate Mark Wells says, why do they have to give figures? I believe it's protocol to let the port know how many souls are on board, so that should the unlikely happen...
Busiest 6 VTS, all received, thank you. The clear channel Queen Mary 2 approaching the hookout, followed by the clear channel Norwegian Prima. The Nordic Stavanger at northwest Netley out is not.
Should the unlikely happen that the vessel gets into difficulty, then there is a record of the number of souls on board, so they can work out what's going on. Oh, shipmate Millie TDI, she's on the Disney Dream. Ah, excellent, shipmate. That's a very popular ship. Mayflower Park will be full of shipmates watching her. Looks like we've got a couple of yachts down here, just off Town Quay. That's a bright yellow hull, that, isn't it? How often you see a bright yellow hull on a yacht? I wonder if it dates it to the 1970s. Feels like it does. The other one's got a grey hull. I would suggest that's a much more modern ship. Get a really good view on Itching Cam. Oh yes, going to give you an Itching Cam. There's the sterns of the two ships. Quite different, aren't they? Shipmate Pete Warner says, excellent camera, Captain. Thanks, shipmate. I wish I could take credit for that, but I think the ships do most of that for me. The ships and the good weather make life much easier. I'm keeping an eye on the other camera for Queen Anne. She's... I could look at the map, couldn't I? So look at the map. She hasn't moved just yet. She's due wait any second. Let me just see the ships crossing there. Queen Mary 2 at the front and the Norwegian Prima coming up from behind.
Commodore Goodwill, Southampton VTS, that's all received, thank you. No inbound traffic to affect you.
Excellent Blue Spanner Mark G says that Queen Anne is pointing the right way, so yes, no spins for the Queen Anne. She'll just push off from the dock side and then head on straight out.
Queen Mary 2 at the hookout, please, main channel.
Queen Mary 2 VTS, all received, thank you. The Red Jet 6 just leaving Cowes inbound. Looking ahead, next boarding at the NAB, the Toreador 1900 at Bra.
Yep, copied that, thank you. And for information, we'll be going out north and east, not using the Deepwater Channel.
North and east of the tower, not using the Deepwater Channel. That's all received, many thanks.
if we switch over to Itchin Cam, you can see that the Norwegian Prima pretty much going to hide completely the stern of Queen Mary 2 there. Shipmate Mark Wells says, thank you, Captain. Another one for you. If you say, what do the red and green boys donate? Aha! Well, can we see any? Oh, we can if we go here. I'll switch camera. There you go. You can see a green marker there. So the green and red boys are the larger ones. Donate the edge of the channel. When you arrive into a port, the red ones will be on your port side, your left side, and the green ones on the right side. The idea is you keep between them. That denotes the navigable channel into the port you're in. Rather confusingly, in the States, they do it round the other way, which to me doesn't make much sense, because to me, if you're arriving at a strange port, it's more important to know where you're going. Once you're in ports, you've been in there, haven't you? So you can find out how to get out. So, anyway, the Americans do it differently. I'm not sure about the rest of the world, actually. That's a good question. And here in Southampton, going down the main channel, there will also be a...
VTS Queen Anne singled up on 106 and ready to go with your clearance.
Queen Anne VTS, yes, you may proceed, sir.
Thank you.
Queen Anne letting go now. There are also some smaller red green buoys on Southampton water, because there's a small ships channel just off the main channel. So if there's a large ship...
VTS Silver Ray.
Silver Ray VTS, good evening.
MTP, starboard side 231 berth, draft 7.1 bound for the Brugger, and we have 24 plus 1 on board, due away 1830.
Silver Ray VTS, that's all received, thank you. The Queen Anne just getting on the move from 106, plan will be for you to follow her out.
All received, thank you.
Yeah, the small ships channel is just to the side of the main channel. Sometimes that's where the ferry will go down, the Red Funnel ferry, for instance. If there's a big cruise ship going in, they'll dip down the small ships channel. And as Monty Burns Wakey correctly points out, that's why you have pilots. That's right. The pilots know the waters really well.
VTS, James Wright.
James Wright, Southland to VTS.
VTS, James Wright, afternoon. Finished patrol now and secured alongside at Town Quay, closing down.
James Wright, Southland to VTS. That's all received, thank you. Good afternoon.
Shipmate Victoria Ruggiero says that she spotted on Vessel Finder that the Queen Mary 2's left a couple of tenders behind. Well, it might look like it, shipmate. The tenders on the Queen Mary 2 will have AIS information transmitting. What happens is sometimes they either get to turn it off or clear it or dock it, and so if you just turn the tender off, it leaves a trace of where the tender was on AIS, so it will keep it as a record of this was the last time the AIS was seen from that vessel. And then after about 12 hours or so, it will dissipate. Oh, shipmate Andrew James is giving me some information here.
VTS Queen Anne, that's underway and outbound from 106.
Queen Anne VTS, all received, thank you. You may hear the Silver Ray on 31 berth call up, due away 1830, plan for her to follow you out.
That's great, yeah, thanks very much indeed. Looking ahead, are we working port side ladder at the NAB?
We are indeed, port side ladder.
Thank you.
That's the pilot there, making sure He knows which side of the ship to get off of. Gentle honks there from Queen Anne. Ahoy there, shipmate. Thunderer 08 says you can hear horns in Hill Lane. Yeah, they are mighty powerful. It's surprising how the wind really carries the horn sounds all over the ship, all over the town here. Ahoy there, shipmate. Raymond Boris says, how did this all start with Ships TV? Well, that's a good question. It started during lockdown, like many things, I suppose. Droning a few ships coming into port. Then, of course, during lockdown, all the cruise ships were coming and going all the time. So it was very oddly busy. Not much else to do apart from drone the ships and watch what's going on. I think I started the YouTube channel some time before, but I hadn't really done much with it. Managed to put in a bit more time during lockdown. And then I started live streaming on some of the cameras. Once I started doing that, I noticed it became really popular when the cruise ships departed on the live streaming cameras, and I thought, well, maybe I can do something about that. So I hooked up a rudimentary microphone, started chatting.
Norwegian Prima VHS all received, thank you. The ready will be the next departure inbound from Cowes. And looking ahead, next boarding at the nav, the Toreador 1900 Bravo.
Started chatting and commentating and answering people's questions about what was going on. And it sort of grew from there, I guess. Managed to get a couple of extra cameras connected up. And shipmate, I saw shipmate asking about I need a camera at Cowshot. I've actually got one coming in at Solent Breezes, which is just opposite Cowshot. I'm just waiting for a mast to be manufactured, which will allow me to support the camera. It's got to be bolted to some concrete right on the edge of the water, so it needs to be relatively substantial. Don't want it blowing over. Though when that goes live, that will fill in the gap down there. It gives an excellent view of Cowshot. We'll be able to see the ships quite clearly as they head round Cowshot and round Bramble Bank. Shipmate Michael Painter said back in the 1960s and 70s, Southampton Harbour had two patrol boats called the Neptune and the Triton. Had a few trips down Southampton water on the Neptune as a boy. Happy days, I bet. Real boys stuff, that, isn't it? Jumping on a harbour vessel, whizzing down the water. Shipmate Billy TD said, I'd started watching the coverage in Disney Magic Staycation Sailings in 24. That was pretty much when I started. So you're fairly an early watcher of the channel there, shipmates. For some reason, the other camera has gone very wonky. I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, there we go. I can now see Queen Anne just zipping onto the edge of our screen. That's pretty good. We're getting constant coverage here, isn't it? Shipmate Little Leafball says it's a shame Queen Mary 2 doesn't wait for Queen Anne and sail out together. I know.
Regal Princess, answer VTS.
Perhaps we'll get 3 cruise ships, 3 queens going out one day.
Regal Princess, answer VTS. That's all received, thank you. I have no inbound traffic to affect you. Please maintain listening watch on channel 12 until you are 10 miles clear of the nav tower. Otherwise, have a safe passage.
I'd imagine there'll be much haulage if we get 3 queens in port. Passing each other. Maybe we'll get 4 queens one day. Not to be confused with 4 candles. So I was up seeing a shipmate up in Essex the other weekend, and they had 2 beers. It was a craft ale bar, and they had a number of ales on tap. One of them's called Fork Handles, and one was called 4 Candles. Quite amusing.
Sure, all yes, all received, so thank you. Good day.
There we go. And here's Queen Anne. Queen Anne is off on a 14-day round trip to Iceland and the British Isles, calling it Invergordon, Kirkwall, Reykjavik, Isefjord, Akurey and Greenock. She'll be following in the wake of the other ships. There's a few shipmates down there, edge of Mayflower Park. Mayflower Park's fully open now. It was closed for a while. You had sea works and a few other things going on. I suspect it will shortly be closed again for the Southampton Boat Show. Shipmate Nicholas Hall says, yes, I was your 23rd subscriber. Oh, blimey, shipmate. After friends and family, you must have been the first subscriber. Wait, that's a pretty good going. (2,778 passengers and 1,232 crew on Queen Anne. She heads off for a 14-night cruise to Reykjavik. I think Reykjavik. Yeah, Reykjavik. British Isles, calling in it Invergordon, Kirkwall, Reykjavik, Isefjord, Akurey and Greenock.
BCS, Roger 6, approaching the high line inwards, continuous speed please.
Richard 6, good evening. Yes, please. The Queen Anne at 104 outward bound.
Evening, Sam. Thanks very much.
Shipmate Alpha Mama says they really enjoy the streams. Very informative beat viewing from Bembridge Pier. Yeah, I can imagine. Not the easiest place. And also, once they're actually at sea, they are quite some distance from the land. They also do travel quite fast. You would think yourself, oh, you can just watch them slowly. But no, they pass.
Richard 6, features another radio check.
BCS, Roger 6, yeah, loud and clear on this one.
Excellent. Thank you, shipmate. Abby XO says, glad to start the streams. Her and her mother enjoy watching the streams and can sit there for hours watching them. Oh, thanks, shipmate. Glad you enjoy them. Get to watch the Queen Anne depart on this very sunny evening. Unfortunately, we're sort of looking into the sun. It's rather unfortunate, this sort of angle. There has been a few comments from shipmates about the potentially slightly unattractive forward view of the bow of Queen Anne.
Red Osprey, yes please, the Queen Anne at 102 outward bound.
Oh, copy, thank you very much.
Queen Anne, of course, the newest ship in the Cunard fleet. She came into a great fanfare earlier in the year. That was an excellent live stream. And then her first departure from the port of Southampton was accompanied by a massive firework display. We had a fantastic view of that here on the channel. In case you're wondering, the Norwegian Prima is just starting her turn round Cowshot. Unfortunately, due to this, I'm about to complain about the sun, even though we haven't had much.
All good, well, thank you. I was dead crossing.
Yes, it's in the wrong direction, this sun, isn't it? It's really tricky for the camera, looking straight into the sun. Do you know what? If I zoom in a bit, I might help things. Yeah, there we go. I've always noticed as well, on Cunard ships, there are a lot of shipmates on their balconies in white robes. Apparently you have complimentary robes on the Cunard ships, although you will be charged if you take them away. There we go, there's a chap there in his robe. A few out on their balcony, not many. I don't think there's many up on the top deck. No, doesn't look like it. There's somebody pointing to IKEA by looks of it on the top there. There it is, over there, big blue building. We'll buy a bookcase dear when we get back. Righto. Lovely Billy bookcase in birch.
BTS Queen Anne, that's Pierhead and.
Queen Anne, BTS, good evening, thank you. The Red Osprey Western Shelford Inn.
Good evening, Sam. Thanks very much.
Has the typical colour of a Cunard ship, the dark hull, the red underwater red section is in red at the very bottom there. We should say a bit more of a traditional design compared to some of the other cruise ships you see. There's no slides going down the side, unfortunately. There's no go-kart track on the top.
Yes, you Prince, BTS, good evening.
Looks like there is an opening section there, though. It is open today. Can't say I'm surprised. It's a wonderful day.
Leader Prince, that's all I see, thank you. Yes, the Thruxton boarding ahead of you, 2030, you are 2045, so 2 hours and 25 minutes from now. If you can give me a call when you start to get underway again.
Going to see if I can spot Queen Mary 2 on Cow's Cam. There we go. Ready for that. Shipmate Robert Cooper says pronounced Greenock by 99.9% of people in Scotland. I think it's sometimes difficult to say how you pronounce something when you type it. There she is, drifting beautifully past the very empty looking ferry terminal now. Shipmate Bright White says probably got their slippers on as well. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Slippers on, robe on, rum-based cocktail in hand. Oh, there's shipmate Joe Mark. Many thanks for your kind donation. Joe also says, "Hi, Dad. Enjoy the stream." I think it's a big cryptic message, that one. There is a red funnel ferry waiting for Queen Anne to pass by. As I see, there's a discussion about the cost of robes on Cunard. I don't know. I should have asked Paul, channel sponsor, who knows about those sorts of things. There is the red funnel waiting for Queen Anne to pass. As you can see, it's quite empty at the ferry terminal. A few cars starting to come back in again. I'm just keeping an eye on Cowes Cam. I think that Queen Mary 2 should be there any moment now. I always think it's going to happen sooner than it does when I'm looking at cows.
History Prince, obviously, thank you.
Big and small, the ships of the Solent. There we go. And at the same time, over on Cowes, we've got Queen Mary 2 passing by at a good lick of knots. Does look quite peaceful out, doesn't it? Beautiful white clouds in the distance, lots of sun, very calm looking Solent. Our last look at Queen Anne as she passes by. Always very distinctive colour schemes with the Cunard ships, the red funnels, blue hulls, red waterline.
Nordic Stavanger, that's now the hook.
It's very, very distinctive colour scheme wise. This is the Queen Anne, this is the latest ship in Cunard's fleet. And over on Cowes we have the Queen Mary 2. I think it's the oldest ship in the Cunard fleet. Very different looking ships, aren't they? What a wonderful sight off of Cowes.
That's all, see, thank you.
Alright, shipmates. We're just about getting to the end of our broadcast this evening. These ships have run pretty much perfectly on time this evening. Which is just what we want. We've been able to see the Norwegian Prima. The Queen Mary 2.
Red Eagle, good evening, thank you. The Norwegian Prima just headed you outward bound, clear channel. The Nordic Stavanger's at hook outward bound. She's not clear channel. And the Queen Anne is at dockhead. She'll be followed by the Silver Ray from 31. Queen Anne will be clear channel.
And the Regal Princess from earlier. So please do make sure you are subscribed. Just hit that subscribe button, shipmates. It doesn't cost a penny. Does help awfully. Makes the channel more popular. Spreads the word of the Solent Ships to the masses.
Yes, Red Jet 6. Good afternoon. Shortly departing Town Quay.
We'll be back again next weekend.
Red Jet 6, good evening.
We're back again next weekend for lots more shipping activity. I've got quite a few films coming out. I've been busy recording stuff. The art walk, the food festivals, anyway, lots of things out there, so do stay tuned. I'd like to thank all my PayPal donors, Patreons, and of course, most of all, the Blue Spanner crew for looking after the chat, helping the captain out, and telling me that things are broken when I don't seem to notice. I shall keep on following the Queen Anne. I'll end up on Netley Cam eventually. Till next time, shipmates.
VTS Silver Ray.
Silver Ray, evening.
TV again, Sam. Just making fast off forward tug, then we'll be letting go from 31 berth.
That's all I see, thank you. Queen Mary 2, VTS.